Season 3 just dropped for MLB The Show on Friday, July 7th, and with it comes a brand new Team Affinity program. Now, there's lots of ways to grind the Team Affinity program, but here's just a couple of ways to get you started. If you enjoy this video, drop a like, add a comment on how you like to grind the Team Affinity program, and subscribe. Now, on to the tips of how to grind Team Affinity. As you can see, we've already got quite a bit of grinding done since the program dropped on Friday. We've got 47% taken care of in the National League West and 38% in the American League West. We're at 38% of both Central divisions, and the National League and American League East, we haven't quite got very far on that, and I will show you exactly how. So the first thing that you're going to want to do in the new Team Affinity program is the moments. There's 5 moments for each division. They're usually pretty quick. You can probably get an entire division done in 20 or 30 minutes, maybe even faster than that. Pitch 2 innings, don't give up a hit, for example. Strike out 5, don't give up a run. Tally 2 hits and an extra base hit. Get an extra base hit. Pitch an inning, strike out 2. That can take probably 15, 20, maybe up to 30 minutes. If you have 30 moments and one division takes you roughly 30 minutes, and there's 6 divisions in baseball, well, it could probably take you up to 2 hours to do the moments. But once you've done that, you get about 7,500 points, and you will get the ability to unlock not only a standard pack, but your first classics pack in each division. This is really key because the next step is to use these classics players, and their missions are simply PXP. So you get progress in whatever mode that you decide to play. You get progress of PXP for these individual cards. So step 2, after you've done all the moments, is to take them and go into the Conquest maps. The Conquest maps can be found here under the single player modes, which I'm sure you're all aware of by now. You tab over to Conquest, and you see that I have the Team Affinity Season 3 East map to do. But we've taken care of the Central and the West already, but to take a look at a map, and you do a map, you put a lineup together of the cards that you just get in the Classics pack and the others that you get, including the rest of the Team Affinity cards, the captains, and the other pieces of the puzzle, and you come to the Conquest map and you play your games, and you earn PXP, and if they're captains, you get their player-specific mission done. Like, for example, Fernando Tatis, you needed 3 home runs with them. The Willie McCovey, the same thing. They were over in the West, the National League West. Tatis with the Padres, McCovey with the Giants. That's one of the reasons why I've got a little bit more progress in the National League West than, say, the American League West. Do the Conquest maps, and the other piece of it, as you're well aware, is Showdown. There are 3 new Showdowns to take care of. They take care of divisions 2 at a time. The East combined, American League and National League, the Central and the West. I have managed so far to get the Central and the West taken care of, and have not been able to do the East. But they give you chunks of points toward the Team Affinity program, which then gets you the packs, which gets you more players, which you can take into Conquest or other modes. One of those other modes is Mini Seasons. And along with Gold Everything, there's Team Affinity Season 1, Season 2, Classic Mode, and Team Affinity Season 3. This is another great way to use those cards that you get to develop the PXP or the individual stat missions for those particular cards. You do it in Mini Seasons, and then you don't have to necessarily take them online. However, I'm a little crazy, and we're going to take a look at a Team Affinity-centric team build that we're going to take online into ranked seasons. Other than our left fielder, Rock Reigns, all of the rest of these cards are going to help us develop PXP toward our Team Affinity mission. So ignore Rock Reigns for the moment. Center fielder Manuel Margot of the San Diego Padres, he will get us some Team Affinity points, along with Matt Holliday of the St. Louis Cardinals. We go from 3rd to 1st. We've got 97 overall, former All-Star and 2017 All-Star Jake Lamb He's from the University of Washington here in Washington. So I know I'm wearing a Cougar. I know I'm wearing a Cougar shirt, but we're going to use Jake Lamb, the Husky. We've got 3 team captains. We've got Dansby Swanson, Rod Carew, and Tony Clark that we're going to be using here. And then we've got Mike Zunino behind the plate. I think I only need one at-bat with him to finish his 200 PXP mission. And we've got Franmil Reyes of the Cleveland Guardians in our designated hitter spot. And our bench isn't completely full because we've taken care of some missions already. But if I get an opportunity maybe late in the game to pinch hit for Zunino, we can use this Tyler Stevenson to start his progress, since we only need one at-bat with Zunino to finish his mission. On the pitching side, all 5 of our starters, and we're probably going to pick Jacob deGrom here because I'm at 8 of the 12 strikeouts I need for his captain mission. We're going to take deGrom, but also Robbie Ray, Bob Gibson are team captains that we have in this particular team build rotation. The future star Bruce Dark Gratterall and the future star Forrest Whitley of the Houston Astros. Now, a couple of our bullpen pieces are not part of Team Affinity, but Lou Trevino, Garrett Crochet, Drew Pomeranz, and Alex Reyes are all part of the Team Affinity program. And where we can, we will definitely use them in this upcoming Ranked Seasons game. We get into a late game situation and we really need to try to pull out a win. We might go to Goose or to Evan Phillips or to Felix Bautista or the Nasty Boy, but I'd love to be able to use the Team Affinity cards just to get the PXP missions taken care of. We're at 94 and 52 after we played a couple of ranked games on stream live on Friday night. Be sure to check us out over on twitch.tv/bmac_redbeard every Friday live at noon. And one of the reasons why I'm comfortable in doing this is because we started in the 500s after the ranked season reset on Friday, and so it's not really that big of a deal if we win or lose, as we are sitting at 533. So we will face Brian Bello and somebody who is using the Charlie Blackman boost and grinding the monthly awards cards. Another great example of grinding content and putting all of your monthly cards in. And we're playing at Shield Woods Park against another grinder, so it's kind of refreshing actually to play somebody, not necessarily at Shield Woods, but to play somebody who's getting their grind on. Line drive, left field down into the corner, and Jake will have himself a one-out double. So we got a man in scoring position, and that's gonna get us some PXP with the Team Affinity player right there. That'll bring up Tony Clark. Struck him out anyway. Michael Harris with the base hit. And he's going to have second base. I didn't even see him go. Struck him out. Down goes Correa. And he struck out Shohei Ohtani. So that's 10 of the 12 strikeouts we need with the Jacob deGrom captain card, and it's paying off. Bello is a really good cutter and a good circle change that I've seen so far. There's the changeup. Hit on the ground, base hit to left field. So Reyes is aboard. Ground ball could be 2. 4, 6, and 3. That is a pretty easy double play that Holiday hits into. Rod Carew will get his debut. So he wants cutters and sliders in and changeups away. He's not really throwing very many strikes. He's dancing around the zone. And that ball is hit into center field for a Rod Carew base hit. And that'll be ball 4. So Margot is aboard. Mike Zunino, the hitter, with 2 on and 2 out. Down the left field line, base hit, and Mike Zunino with an RBI. He's going to hold up at first. He will have an RBI single. It is 1-0 BMAC attack. And he walked it. Popped him up down the right field line, and if that stays fair, and it'll get multiple runs in. Dansby Swanson gets a bloop double down the right field line. It is 3-0. Not happy with that one, but we'll take it. Ball is hit to center field and fairly deep, but I don't think that one's deep enough, or is it? It is indeed a 3-run home run for Ray Lamb.
Oh, righty there.
His first home run, and it gets us a 6th spot in the 2nd inning. And down he goes. So that one's pretty quick, unfortunately. But we get our PXP. We get to grind a little bit. We get DeGrom a win. And he was sitting at 536. He will dip underneath the 500 rating. We go up to 573. So a little bit of grind work pays off a little bit. Jacob DeGrom, the team captain for the Rangers, goes to parallel 1. And look at that. We get an AL West Season 3 pack and an NL West Captain's Choice pack just by grinding a little bit in ranked seasons. Plus we get 1,000 stubs. This is the part that I love the most, honestly, because now you get to see all of the progress. You get a hit with Rod Carew, so he gets 1 out of the 10. The top's now Reyes, 26 points. DeGrom got a couple of strikeouts. He's up to 12. We did finish Mike Zunino, the award Zunino, with that base hit and RBI. Dansby Swanson's mission is 10 hits. We got 1 with him. Margot got 36 points to get him to 48 out of 200. We also finished the Jake Lamb, probably with that 3-run home run that we got, and his mission is done. But we can continue to play, I believe, and get a little bit more with the National League West bosses, as he is part of that boss pack. So overall, a lot of success. It was a pretty quick game. You know, I'm not necessarily going to jump into another one right away, but we got the things done that we wanted to get done. Didn't get all of the strikeouts that I was hoping to get with DeGrom, but the Jake Lamb, we kind of lucked into a 3-run homer there because the guy chose Shield Woods Park. And 6-run 2nd inning, we made Brian Bella throw a lot of pitches, and the PXP was definitely worth it. If you don't care so much about your ranked seasons record, this is a really good way to help get some PXP for those mission cards. I would recommend doing it in Conquest and also doing your Showdowns. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like. Comment down below on your favorite strategy for how to handle the Team Affinity program. Make sure you subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.